Hello there, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of Our 4 Cents Worth. You know, because you're getting twice as much as her 2 cents and twice as much as my 2 cents. You're getting your 4 cents worth.
Wait, I thought my opinion was 4 cents and yours was just a token.
Well, then how about it's $3.99?
Yeah.
Or $0.399.
Yeah.
I don't know what it is. All I know is it's something like that. But welcome back nonetheless, and we're here once again to take you into our prelude to the Dancing with the Stars finals. Now, at this point, we want to throw out there that the results show has not aired, so we don't know the 3 of the 4 people that are going in there, but we'll at least give you the recap of what we thought happened last night on the semifinal show and who we think are going into the finals. So, you want to start us off here with?
You know what? I think overall, just let me say, I thought this was a very strong night.
One of the best.
Yeah, I thought all the performances were great. I think we have 4 strong dancers overall, and I just thought this season really was the leader of the pack.
I think this is one of the best seasons that they've ever had on Dancing with the Stars, and I think going into the finals, we see more than a few of the contenders that have grown as dancers. Like
Absolutely.
The first show, I'll be honest, like Maria and Dawn Driver, I would have said, they're going home in a matter of weeks, but no, I mean, they have persevered, they have stood the test of time, they have gotten better. And
that really is what the show's about, improvement.
Absolutely.
Speaking of Donald Driver, he seems like a great guy, and he's not a bad dancer at all. I've always thought he's the weak link here.
Of the 4 people?
Yeah, but he's got a strong fan base. And
absolutely.
When we're looking at this from a dancer's perspective, we're evaluating them and their dancing abilities, but there's really no way to factor in that fan base, and he could very well be one of the remaining finalists.
No, absolutely. And what did you think of his waltz? I believe he got 28 on the waltz, and he did the samba for 29. I thought he actually did better on the samba than he did on the waltz. I think he does better.
Really? You thought his samba was better?
I didn't think his samba was better. I think he dances the samba better. I think he has better hip motion. I think in my opinion, he's always struggled, I think, with the smooth dances. I think he adapts better to the Latin dances. I don't know, I'm just throwing that out there. But I do agree.
That's your opinion.
No, but I do agree with you when I say that I think he's the weakest link as far as the dancers go. I would pick him as the person that's not going to go into the finals, but once again, you can never count out the world champion Green Bay Packers fan base, keeping him in there. I mean, look what it did.
I like the way he dances, but I really wasn't. Yeah, I like the way he dances, but I wasn't really impressed by his samba. I think I would have reversed it. I would have given him higher marks for the waltz and lower marks for the samba.
I thought the judges were real easy last night on many things. Like
Bruno 10.
Yeah, well,
10.
I think that Bruno was suffering from tinnitus. It's not tendinitis. Tinnitus is when you keep giving out 10s even when people don't deserve them. And I thought he was very easy last night. Well, anyway, I think we both determined that we think that Dawn Driver would be the one that would be
the weakest dancer.
The weakest dancer.
Don't know, he might still be there.
And he looks like a wonderful person, and I'm sure he's a great guy, but if I had to pick, I would say he was the one that was going on. All right, that's going to take us to Maria Menounos, who did the Argentine tango first and got a 29, and did the jive second, and she got a perfect 30 on the jive. Now, I would like to say that I think the Argentine tango, she got robbed of a 30. I think that was the dance of the year. It was the best Argentine tango I've seen in years on this show. I thought it was just absolutely perfection.
Their form was great. I thought they captured the spirit of the dance, the sensuality. I just thought it was very clean looking in the lines.
A lot of content.
And I was shocked that they didn't get a perfect score for that.
Len, I don't know, he was just nitpicking. That was one of the ones that I have to agree with Bruno and say that was definitely a 10 performance. But on the jive, I thought their jive was very odd. I mean, it was, we talked about this and we said, Len's always looking for the traditional dance, and they gave us more of the Latin jive and not more of the flicking. And
I love Latin, but I really did not care for that jive. They did a good job. I thought they executed it well, but I just didn't really care.
The foot motions. And,
yeah, I didn't get that at all.
I didn't, and you know what? It was kind of just off the mark. And like I said, I think a lot of people.
It was a risk. It was a risk. It could have gone either way.
Right, and a lot of people don't realize. And I said, when I was watching Kyle Massey dance in the finals like a couple years ago, I'm like, why is he wearing Latin heels when he's dancing the jive? It was like one of those dance-off ones or whatever. And I'm like, wait a minute. The jive is a Latin dance, and I think a lot of people forget that. So the Latin technique and the curved foot motion, that's all relevant in a Latin dance, and I think people forget because they're so used to seeing like the grease, like
I don't think we've ever seen that before in a jive performance.
I know I haven't. Yeah. It was like I said, but like I said, I don't think it violates any of the rules of the jive, but it's just something it was odd. It didn't do it for me. I'll tell you that.
Me either.
I would have given the Argentine tango the 30 and the jive the 29. So I would have done the same thing that you said you would have have done for Dawn.
Wow.
Okay, this takes us
to William.
The Latin hunk that I guess
everybody loves.
Now I'm going to tell you right now. I kind of started this the last show. I'm going to elaborate on this. The guy could bring a chair out, set it down, sit in it for 2 minutes, and Bruno would give him a 10.
Yeah,
a 10. I mean, it's like, come on, man. I thought his tango last night was good.
I thought they did a great job, both of them. I thought they really looked good, but I don't get that appeal either.
I'll say it again, he's no Gilles Marini.
No.
He's no Gilles Marini.
He's a good dancer.
And his samba last night was his comfort zone. I thought he did a great job. I thought his hip motion was fantastic. You can tell he's got of Cuban descent or whatever.
That was a great routine.
It was
a lovely routine.
Fantastic.
But I actually liked their tango better.
I didn't. I thought he was real stiff in the tango. I thought he didn't look anywhere near as comfortable. And once again, I think his strong point is the Latin, obviously. But I think his Argentine tango from the week before was brilliant. But this one just left me a little lackluster. Like I said, I think Bruno is just real.
I like the chemistry between him and Cheryl.
It's very good.
And I think if he had been paired with anybody else, he may not have made it this far on merit alone. Of course, on his fan base, on his hotness factor, yeah, he would have.
Yeah, this guy's hotness factor is taking him to the end, I think.
But I think Cheryl was the perfect partner for him because she can make an ant look good dancing. She can make an ant dance.
Well, an ant can lift 10 times its body weight, so he'd be good at doing lifts, I would say. So, okay, this takes us to our last contender, and that would be Katherine. What's her last name again? Jenkins.
Jenkins, yeah.
Katherine Jenkins, and she's the beautiful opera star that is Dancing with Dallas.
There you go.
I had to throw
it in beautiful again.
However, I thought the judges were kind of easy on her last night because to start with, her quick step got a 29, which means she got 2 10s from 2 of the judges, and she misstepped at the beginning. Now, whether Mark, he said I hit her foot. Now, whether Mark hit her foot or she tripped, how can you give her a 10? I mean, that's my, and this is the person that, and I actually broke my rule and voted for her last night because with this, and then there was the salsa, they had the misstep at the end of the salsa.
A little injury or questionable problem.
Injury. Yeah, we don't know.
I liked her quick step. I think she looks good in basically whatever she does.
Yes.
You can tell that this is a person who's like a type A, who's a perfectionist and works hard and none of the theatrics and none of the
and she's beautiful.
Histrionics. Yes, she's beautiful. But remember, we're not evaluating her on her hotness factor.
On her hotness factor.
But you know what? I didn't like the salsa routine.
I didn't like it either.
I think she's a great dancer, but I thought they missed the mark with that routine.
And they went with that Derek went with the Bollywood thing the week before. It reminded me a lot of that. I didn't like it 2 weeks ago. I didn't like it yesterday. I really thought that, and then it had that crazy, picked that kind of crazy ending, and I don't know, like I said, we don't know if she lost her footing.
It'll be interesting to see what happens, in the results show when they explain what happened at the end of that. Was she injured? Did she fall? I don't know, but even if she's having a bad night, I think she's clearly the most talented dancer. However, I will say, for the first time, I thought Maria really was giving her a run for her money.
Absolutely.
Maria could pull this off.
Yeah, they're making it a very quality final, no matter which of the 3 of the 4 end up going, but I still think it's going to be one of the best finals that Dancing with the Stars has produced in the 14 seasons or 13 seasons or whatever it is. I just think they're really 4 quality dancers, and I for the first time, I'm really glad that there's, I loved Christy Yamaguchi, but she ran away with it. I loved Brooke Burke when she was on, but she ran away with it.
So you like it when it's a closer race?
It just makes it, the drama makes it more interesting. It makes it more interesting, I think, for the fans. And I broke my rule last night and voted for Katherine because I thought she really needed it with the misstep in the quick step and the misstep at the end of the salsa routine. I really thought she's going to need every vote that she can get. So
I don't know. I don't know that she'll need every vote. I think she's got a lot of devoted fans. I think her dancing ability carries her through every time, but we'll see.
Well, let's see. If you had to pick one person that you think might take home the Mirror Ball trophy, who is going to be your call?
Same as last time, Katherine.
Katherine? I'm picking Katherine too. I think, like you just said though, I think Maria is giving her a run for her money. And I'm going to throw this out there because a lot of people always, complain about who wins in the end. Like when Shawn Johnson beat Gilles Marini. And you have to come out and bring it in the finals. You can't come out and do some half-assed routine.
And I think the professional dancers are really starting to feel the pressure, feel the stress of saying, oh, I have to choreograph the best dance I can for my partner. I think it's really starting to get to them. And because it is so close, I think every single dance step matters. It counts.
No, absolutely. And I just think that they're going to have to bring their A game. They're going to have to step it up. And if you don't bring it to the freestyle at the end,
it comes down to that every year.
Don't bring it at all, because I think, in my opinion, I think Gilles Marini is without question the best person never to win the Mirrorball Trophy. And I think the direct reason that he didn't win the Mirrorball Trophy is because they came out and did some street dance, some street routine. And I really think if he would have just done the Argentine tango or something, he was brilliant at it.
Sometimes risks pay off and sometimes they don't.
No, absolutely. And I think that was one of the times that it was extremely costly, you know, and that was the closest, I think, finale that thing had. But I think this is just shaping up to be probably one of the best, if not the best finale.
We'll find out.
So, and that's our 4 cents worth. And until next time, cha-ching.